Go on, Jan. Just do the riff for us.
Which bit?
The whole thing. You make it as straight as that, because it really then moves. Getting 4 people together, 4 or 5 people together in a room once a week is nigh on impossible most of the time.
For the most part, it's just been myself and Trish for the last year.
Well, a lot of the songs were written already. Then I met up with Jan, and we clicked. We clicked right from the start. I've been looking for somebody musically like Jan for quite a long time.
Yeah, Trish is great. She just makes me laugh. She makes me laugh, and we work well together. And it's great to work with another woman. I've always used to being in bands with a load of guys, and so it's being in a band with a woman it's been another perspective on things.
She's also very disciplined as a musician, whereas I'm quite chaotic. You know, I do everything at the top of my head, seat in my pants, want to move on. I'm a typical Gemini. And Jan's very laid back, and she takes time, she pulls it back, she you know, let's try this, and that's not quite right. And that's good for me, because I need to be reined in sometimes. I had a lot of trouble with drummers. And eventually we got so peed off with him, because there was one guy who kept saying he would come down, and Jan and I would turn up for rehearsal and he wouldn't turn up. So it was costing us a lot of money, and we got to the end of our tether. We've been working on the album for nearly a year now, and we haven't had any consistency with drummers or guitarists. And we found Nige, and we arranged an audition, and we booked the rehearsal room, and then he rang up and he said he couldn't make it. Jan's very calm and patient, and I went, oh, for fuck's sake, fucking get off my name! So, because I was kicking off, Jan rang him back and talked him into it, and he came down. Eventually he turned up, and he was fantastic. He came and he played, he was fantastic. And the irony is that since he's joined the band, he's been the one person who's just come right through on everything. He's recorded 12 songs for the album. They're done and dusted within a couple of weeks. He turns up, he shaves his head. What could you want from a drummer?
Opportunities don't come along to play with a great band very often, in my experience. I've been playing long enough. I think it's the sum of parts that's the key thing. And being aware of how you fit in with the band, rather than thinking that you're number one and everything else is around you. It's the culmination of parts.
The guitarist who interviewed for we've auditioned.
It's a bit like Spinal Tap, isn't it?
We had Dean with us for a little while.
There's Dean, there's James.
There's a guy called Miguel.
There's Dan.
We auditioned a guy, Dan. Oh, we had another Dan.
There's Gaz.
Who else did we audition?
The Cane, they went.
It's going okay. I'm slightly worried that I'm not going to remember everything on Friday, because I've only started learning it a few days ago.
Guitarist is we've just hauled her in tonight, you know, so she's having to play 7 songs and get them right for Friday, and it's now Tuesday, so she's doing okay, she's doing a good job. We had a drummer come, a guitarist come down about 2 weeks ago. He turned up and he played, and he was a nice guy, and then it was the end of the night and we went outside, and we were in the back room, so we were out at the back of the building, and we were all just chin-wagging away about whether to do this gig or not, blah, 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 and whether, you know, he was going to play or not. And the guy who owns the studio came out and said, I'm locking up now, guys, which went completely over my head.
I had nothing.
No. And they went. And then we all got in our cars to come round, and we couldn't get out of the industrial estate. By then it was about 12 o'clock at night, so Nigel jumped in his car, he tried to find a route out, got stuck in mud. The guy who'd come down to audition had to push him, got covered in mud and had to push him out of the mud, but the guitarist didn't get the job. The thing is now is to convince Lisa to stay, you see.
Very friendly, actually. I think everyone's been through a lot of music and a lot of bands, and been through all the venues up in London where it's really hard work, and I think everyone's just doing it for enjoyment now, and it's just for the fun of it. So yeah, it's very friendly and easygoing. I've known Trish a long time. We've been in a band together, and we've done a lot of bike rallies, a lot of big stages, and it's you just feel completely high.
For that moment in time, for that half an hour or that hour, where you feel you're completely in control. I mean, technically you're not, because the sound engineer can make a light cock up the sound.
How do I feel when I perform? Oh God, I love it. I just hope that, I think that if I enjoy myself, then hopefully the audience will enjoy themselves as well.
Playing rock, there's so much adrenaline pumping around me. Feel is probably quite a difficult thing to do.
But it's that feeling of being in your world, they're your rules, and it's a very, very empowering feeling.
Just enjoy it whilst it lasts.
I hope then that we'll be able to take it out and do not only gigs but tours as well. It'd be really great to actually go and tour to different countries as well as just the UK.
We've got dreams. Whether that comes to fruition is another thing, but we're going to try.